A dark day, gloomy skies, but a ray of hope. A military aircraft carrying 5,850 Pfizer vaccines has just landed in Gibraltar at 5 minutes to 6 this Saturday evening. Tomorrow, the vaccination program begins in Gibraltar. And as you can see behind me, the vaccine has been offloaded from the military aircraft. Moments before it landed, we saw the arrival of Fabian Picardo and the governor. The vaccine will now be transported to St. Bernard's Hospital, where it will be stored in specialised freezers.
Like every Gibraltarian, I'm sure I'm very pleased to see at last the arrival of the vaccine. I don't think Gibraltar has been as expectant for the landing of a Royal Air Force aircraft before as much as we have been today. Looking, we hope, at the beginning of the end of the nightmare that COVID has been. We're not there yet. This is only the beginning of the end. But at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, we start to inoculate our frontline staff. We then start to inoculate the residents of ERS. And on Monday, we start to inoculate the elderly members of the community. A real positive day, a historic day, but this time a historic day that we can all be proud of and look forward to.
With this supply, we'll inoculate a third of the population of Gibraltar, and then we'll be able to do as much as we can over the next few weeks. I think this is really exciting. By the end of the spring, we should have vaccinated nearly everybody in Gibraltar, those that want to take the vaccine. I think this really is the end of COVID in Gibraltar by the spring.
Well, our first priority is to cover the maximum number of people with some degree of protection. The research that's now been carried out by the Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunisation suggests that the protection comes in 2 weeks after your first dose, and you get about 90% protection. The advice is that you get your second injection at least 12 weeks before the time is expired. Now, we expect to get our second batch of vaccines about 3 weeks after. So actually, I think our plan is to make sure that everyone does get their second dose that got it the first time.
The batch for tomorrow will be taken out of the freezer at 5 o'clock in the morning so that they start defrosting, ready for the first vaccines to be delivered in the morning. We're going to be vaccinating in 2 locations tomorrow, so there'll be 2 exercises happening in parallel. The first one will be at St. Bernard's Hospital. It will be at the primary care here at St. Bernard's Hospital, and that will start the vaccination programme for all frontline workers in the GHA and in the care agency. And in parallel, we'll also start the vaccination programme for ERS residents and all frontline staff at ERS.
17:55 hours, the time of arrival of the vaccine in Gibraltar on board the military aircraft, which came from RAF Bryce Norton. At around 1900 hours, it was delivered with military precision by the MOD, escorted by the Royal Gibraltar Police. The vaccine is now safely in the hospital. It was unboxed and iced and stored in those special freezers. It'll remain there till tomorrow Sunday, when at around 8 in the morning, Dr. Chris Ruel will be the first person to be vaccinated in Gibraltar. The GHA staff, frontline staff, priority workers will be vaccinated throughout Sunday, and on Monday, the first members of the general public, that first priority group, will be vaccinated.